Season 3, episode 3. Y'all, if y'all are not watching the Traitors, I'm gonna need you to catch up, okay? First 3 episodes of season 3 are available now. It comes on Thursdays on Peacock. If you haven't watched it, you can go ahead and start binging, all right? So, last episode, we know that Wes went home. We found out that Wes was actually a faithful, and we also found out how bad the group as a whole is doing at detecting the traitors. They are so not paying attention. You know what I mean? So, anyway, the traitors have to meet again, and they end up sending another housewife home. They send home Ayan. All right. So basically, they had like they didn't have like a meeting. They had to decide to send a person home or whatever, and it ended up being Ayan. All right. So then they show like the castmates, talking and mingling around the house, and Jeremy tells Carolyn, who is a traitor, to watch Danielle, who's the other traitor. Okay, so Jeremy's suspecting Danielle, and so Carolyn's just playing dumb, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Carolyn is all over the place, so it's really hard to get a true read on her. And then you got Dylan walking around, and he tells a group of people about Bob the drag queen. So he's, still throwing his name around, and Robin. Okay, so but Boston Rob is in the group listening, who's also a traitor. Okay, so right now, immediately after they sent 2 people home that were faithfuls, okay, they are really, just drilling in on who could the traitor be. So now, Danielle's name's been thrown out. Bob the drag queen's name's been thrown out. And the crazy thing is that it's been thrown out in front of the, other people that are traitors. So that is making it all the more messier. Okay. So far they have 35,000 in prize money, and they're about to go on their next mission. So they go on this next mission, and this next mission is like this fun house, and they have to like communicate and go in teams of 2. And so it's like 4 doors and like 3 or 4 rows of 4 doors, right? So the doors are decorated differently, and so they're supposed to go in, and obviously the first people might be the people that just don't make it to the end because they're going in blind, completely blind. So they go in, and they're not doing a good job of communicating of which doors they're trying. And so people are just getting their balloons popped. And this one they had balloons. So they're getting their balloon popped left and right. All right. And so they almost made it through. The last people, I think, made it to the last set of doors, but they picked the wrong one. So they didn't win no money for that last mission. All right. So then they show us Bob talking to Danielle about Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? And so Danielle and Jeremy, no, Danielle, Bob and Danielle are talking about Jeremy throwing Danielle's name out there, and then Carolyn is asked, "Did anybody say that to her?" And then she tells. So why didn't she tell her already? You know what I mean? I don't know what Carolyn was on with that. So then they have a round table, and y'all, the round table was on fire. Okay, Dylan calls out Bob the drag queen, and he calls out Robin. Okay, and then Tony gets called out. And then Boston Rob at this point decides to deflect from Bob the drag queen and points out Tony. Now remember, he gave Tony a shield, and him and Tony have that survivor bond, right? But he really like focused in on Tony, and it was really, really serious. Like Tony even called him a sellout once they picked him, because almost everybody voted for Tony, and he ended up telling him he was a faithful whatever. But he really, really like, I saw tears in both of their eyes. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go home, and it was the majority vote. Like I said, it was almost everybody that voted for Tony to go. But like I said, that's why Tony could have never been a traitor, because he would have just been picked as a traitor. He just came off as a traitor. Sorry, Tony. So at this point, still no traitors detected. All right, they didn't send 3 people home, and none of them have been traitors. So the traitors make a quick list in place of a meeting. And so they have to do it out in the open, though. They have to write on a scroll. They have to write some names on a scroll and put it in the wine cellar. Now, a wine cellar is like this little secret room by the bar. And so they show people coming in and out of that area while they're talking. Now, I can't tell. They're playing the sound of their voice, but I can't tell whether people can actually hear through that wall, because that would just be dumb if they could hear through the wall. Like, what's the point of having a secret room? You know what I mean? So I don't know if that was editing on that part, whatever, but it showed a couple of people coming in and out where the bar was right in front of the entrance to the wine cellar or whatever. But they seem to be all right, and then they seem to have the meeting okay. And Carolyn was late; they had to pull her in there or whatever. But then Carolyn and Danielle come out first, and Gabby had just got some water, and Gabby, I feel like, caught them because she was like, "I was just in there; they weren't in there. What's going on?" So if they get caught, then we'll see what happens next episode, because of course they left a cliffhanger right there. So, so at this point it looks like every traitor has been detected except for Rob. So Rob could end up being the only traitor left in this thing. And then at the end, like I said, they don't have to reveal that they were a traitor at the end anyway. So, but the people will be able to watch back. Just like we're watching it or whatever. So anyway, so that is episode 3. We still got 4 traitors. They're at the risk of being found out. Bob, Danielle, and then Carolyn and Danielle just got caught coming, just appearing by the bar when that Gabby was just right in there. So it's getting good. I expect episode 4 to be fireworks. I would not be surprised if they pick the traitor at this point. I mean, but they still have to convince the rest of the house as well. And so, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, because they can only send one person home next week. So they're going to have to figure out who the traitors are. And then the traitors are going to have to work double time to try to save their friends. It's a mess. I'll see you guys in the next video about episode 4. Peace.